Here we go, grindcore goat. So we talk a lot about viral sensations on this show. And
it's one of the 3 pillars of the show.
What are the others?
We need. What are the others?
You just made a
conspiracy
big
theories.
You just initiated something you can't take back.
Well, according to our social media bios, it is memes, communities, and phenomena.
Oh man, that last one covers a lot.
Yeah, it does.
There's a lot of heavy lifting happening on phenomena.
That is
Grindcore goat is a phenomena.
Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah, I would agree actually. So yeah, this is clearly one of the pillars of the show. Grindcore goat. Viral sensations. We talk about them a lot. Some of them are upsetting, some of them are hilarious, some of them are heartwarming, some of them are baffling. This one is just fucking badass.
Kiss data.
Stop. Shut up, Harland. I'm telling you, shut up for everyone on this show.
Give me that kiss data.
Shut it.
Give me that kiss.
Shut it down.
What's your KD ratio,
What's your
dude?
KD, bro?
Oh no.
Okay.
You play KOD? Call of Duty? No, Kiss of Duty.
I'm gonna design a kiss data shirt right when we're done recording.
Okay, so this happened a long time ago at this point. 10 years ago feels like another lifetime at this point. Have you guys seen this photo before?
Oh yeah, I've seen this goat. This goat rocks,
I have
dude.
not seen this goat.
This is the grindcore goat. Can someone describe what you're looking at?
I'm looking at what looks like a hallway show at best. Of a
Or a
bunch
courtyard of some kind?
Yeah, it looks like somebody is having a hardcore show in a dirt pen, with an extensive merch setup right next to the stage. I feel like I can smell this photo, and it smells like barnyard.
All of these attendees are, in fact, zombies as well.
They look
Especially
horrifying.
the man right in the middle staring directly into the lens. Yeah! Jesus Christ.
Most of the people staring directly into the lens. What is this? I feel like this is cursed.
Who hypnotized these punks?
This is an old viral photo that went viral originally 10 or 12 years ago, but it had a resurgence about a month ago, which is when it came across my desk. But here's another shot from that same show, just so you guys have it.
Oh, man, this goat is fucking
goes
into
so
it.
hard.
So this is the story of Biquette, a French goat who loved heavy music.
The goat also in the second photo you sent, he looks just as judgy as a French person would be.
Like
if you
critiquing
showed
a
them like,
performance.
yeah. He's like, I don't know if you shred that hard, my man.
I don't know about the licks, sir. I see you're wearing a green jacket, but maybe better in black, huh?
Biquette spent the first 5 years of her life in a milking factory before she became unable to produce milk. Does anyone know what happens to goats when they can no longer produce milk?
They want to overthrow the bourgeoisie. That's what happens.
We're out of milk! Let's riot!
Rise, my fellow goats!
We're out of milk.
They want to tax the rich.
No, they get sent to the slaughterhouse.
Yeah, I was going to say,
usually.
tripe is a big thing in Europe.
After 5 years of extensive pregnancies, milking, you live a lot of life as a goat in your first 5 years when you're.
How long do goats live for?
They live for 20 years. This type of goat is supposed to be about 20.
Okay, that seems low to me.
The fact that I know this means that I've done some research on goats for this episode.
Kyle holds up a goat out of frame, and also a new member to our family.
Hey,
I got a kid.
Everyone here has seen those goat yoga videos and been like, I want somebody to stand on my back a little bit at home. That sounds like fun. Or they do the little kicks, the little, like.
Oh yeah, dude, they do parkour. I'm sorry, free running.
This goat was gonna go to the slaughterhouse, but it's honestly cheaper. It's a processing fee. It's all bureaucracy. It's just cheaper to get someone to adopt or take the goat in instead of sending it to the slaughterhouse. Interestingly enough, it's free to give it to someone else. So someone did.
It's free to give anything to anybody if you fucking are
Yes.
quick enough.
I just find it fascinating that it costs money to send an animal to its death via abattoir. So instead of going to a slaughterhouse, she was rescued by a nearby farm that just simply goes by Ferme de Mauriac. That's how you say that in American. But it was literally in a town called Mauriac, France. It's a farm in Mauriac. This farm was a farm by day, but was an underground DIY punk venue by night.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
So it is kind of closer to like a courtyard. Like it does look.
Yeah, I called the shit out of this. I could smell the photo.
The shows happened in the barn, but they did other things too. It wasn't just music. There was like art shows, just things that DIY punk houses will do.
You can't see in the background, but there is a guillotine for when the goat does decide to behead the bourgeoisie.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Farmers run by a woman named Flo, who was also Biquette's caretaker. Oh, by the way, Biquette is just French for goat, so this goat's name was just Goat.
Hell yeah.
Or specifically, it means young white female goat, I think.
Oh,
But
wow.
still,
They have a whole word for that. We don't have a word like that.
we have a sentence for that, yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
so
fucking-
efficient.
Yeah.
The romance languages, guys.
Apparently, Biquette was quite social and really mingled well and integrated well into the lifestyle of this farm. She really enjoyed being in large groups of people and would often socialize when shows and other events were
I
happening.
can't relate to this. I'm sorry.
I used to be able to, but man.
Well, Biquette was only 5, so, what is the...
What is that goat you're
Spent 5 years getting fucking milked. You're like, hell yeah, I'm down to do some regular people shit. Absolutely.
Basically just down to go to raves and fucking punk shows?
In regards to the music, her caretaker Flo always just assumed that Biquette was enjoying the feeling of the vibrations of the music. She would always kind of be close to the action, but never really up in it.
She never got in the pit.
There is no straightforward answer to how many human years in goat years. An adult goat is reached at around 2 years, and it's basically like 4.4 human years. 5 in goat years, you're in your mid-20s.
If you live to 20 and you extrapolate out to 100 years, if you're 5, you're 20. I think that still adds up, John. I think we're good. All right, guys. Well, that's my topic for this week.
He just started talking about goat math.
I just want to let you guys know that this goat was 5. So the goat would always be around people and be near the music, but never fully up in the music until one fateful evening when this band that you guys see in this photos, it's a Malaysian grindcore band called Wormrot.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my god, those words in that order.
She would normally hang out in the back or around the corner, but as soon as Wormrot started playing, she'd push through the crowd to get up front.
Gotta open up that pit.
I mean, listen, we've all been at a punk show where we're standing in the back, just kind of like, all right, who's this out-of-towner band? Let's see
Yeah.
what they're all about. And then they come on, and they fucking shred, and you just feel something in you where you gotta get in the pit.
Yeah. You gotta fucking rip those shorts. Just fucking go.
You got to have as much skin showing as possible.
Yeah.
Climbing over the people in front of you.
How many high kicks can you do?
So I relate to Biquette a lot, this goat, is what I'm trying to say. I also eat garbage.
I also think of it as like these bands she's hearing every night are playing at her house where she lives.
Yeah.
And so you have to imagine she has kind of a critical taste. So if Wormrot's
I was gonna
killing
say,
it,
does this goat have a career path in A&R?
right? Like,
Hey, you know that sound that you've been looking for? I think I got it.
I'm listening to this band right now. They're not bad.
That's what Biquette is hearing in her head, but everyone around her just hears, ah! Ah! It's like, why is that goat on the phone? What's happening?
Who gave that goat a phone?
It's crazy it can hold it with its cloven feet.
So she pushed up front to enjoy the music. She ended up staying there all night, listening to the whole set, front row. Afterwards, Biquette followed the band members around all night. She was like really taken by them.
Where's your merch table, guys?
Do you guys need a tour manager?
So this kind of changed everything, though. So after this, though, it was much more common for her to kind of be present. A lot of times she would just come up and lay down in front of the speakers and just get blasted by the fucking extreme metal and punk that was coming out of this barn.
I wish when I was younger and going to like shows that I had that superpower, because sometimes you went to a show and you were just like, well, I gotta be here for my friends. I really wish I could take a nap.
We have to admire the goat's tenacity.
And tinnitus.
It's also a new, well, she might be deaf at this point, but it's like just a total new lease on life, though. You were living one life totally shackled, and you know these are not great conditions these goats were living in. So this is much better, I would argue. Over the years, she was seen shredding and standing, this quote says, standing at the feet of touring bands at almost every show. Some visiting bands and audiences worried that Biquette's presence at the show was in some way cruel. But apparently, the goat always attended by choice. Flo, the caretaker, said, quote, if she wanted to leave from in front of the stage, she would have done it all by herself. Biquette loved the scene, and the scene loved Biquette back.
No, nobody's like tied her up there. Like she's not like made to be a spectacle. Like
the band's at her house.
Yeah, I have to imagine she's just like chilling, like a little like pile of hay or something like that, just like comfy as fuck. Me like, oh damn, this shit rips.
It's also like, how many fucking dogs with bandanas do you see at shows too that are just no leash? They're just there. They don't mind.
I know folks that they've had animals that like kind of socialize them in that capacity, where like get them acclimated to sort of like bar noises. Lots of bartender friends of mine have brought their dogs into work, and they kind of like, because it can be startling. I was startled as a bartender all the time. And I'm a person that knows what I'm getting into. And they would have...
Dogs don't know shit.
Yeah, they would have their dog showing up there and just hanging out, and like that would be a thing that they would do. And they're like, this is just normal business, normal, run-of-the-mill things.
I would go so far as to say that every dog owner should acclimate their dog to loud sounds to some degree, especially if you live in a city where there are cars and bicycles.
Socialization is important.
Construction, It's just so they don't freak out and bite somebody or run off into traffic. Like, if anything, this is probably one of the most well-adjusted goats that is alive on the planet.
You guys are saying all this stuff right before we're about to talk about the food she liked to eat.
Oh
boy.
Yeah, let's go. I wonder if there's any similarities to the foods that I eat.
I'm just remembering my early 20s, Harlan, and I think you might as well in this moment. John, same for you. This goat's in its early 20s and it's in the punk scene, dude.
Is it just Taco Bell?
I hear that bell ringing.
It's just Jack in the Box chicken tenders.
Bean and cheese burritos and 24 packs of soft tacos.
And a 30 rack of Keystone.
Shit.
Okay, so we touched on some of the things she eats. So number one, her favorite thing to eat was tobacco.
Oh boy.
Girl.
Butts from the ashtray, the lit cigarette in your hand, anything. If it was tobacco,
Biquette's just a fucking
leaf.
gutter punk, dude. Oh shit, are you gonna finish that one?
Yeah. Wait, don't flick it, man. Hang on.
Yeah, hang on. Don't put it in the fucking gutter, man. Just let me have that one.
She would just walk up to people while they have cigarettes in their hands and just come nab them out and eat it.
As most normal human punks do as well, it shows.
Yeah.
She would consume a decent amount of the bottom pots, like paint left in the bottom of paint buckets.
Oh no.
So she was into fucking sniffing paint.
Yeah.
Very punk. And
Sure,
she drank
okay.
alcohol pretty well too, apparently. All sorts of bottoms of glasses of booze that people hid in part of the barn. She would find them and guzzle down the rest of whatever was
my
in the fucking
gosh.
bottles.
Just put all the booze into one bowl, man. I'll drink it. Let's do it. I don't care.
At the end of the party, you just still want to keep going. You keep going around lifting all the beer cans till you find one that's half full.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is her own game of King's Cup, but just whatever's laying around.
This is literally talking about this, though, is making me sick to my stomach. There are not a lot of things on this show that we talk about that make me
This is
feel
what's doing
ill,
it.
but eating tobacco and drinking the leftover swill of booze at a punk show is turning my stomach. Oh, God.
I can't believe that this, of all the things that we've discussed on this show, is your limit.
It's because it is such a... Those smells combined in that scenario are so powerful.
Sure.
And I'm smelling them, and it's going right from my olfactory senses to my brain to my stomach.
Maybe it's because Kyle and I toured for so many years where that was like a thing where we would have to be in venues like that and have that smell at like 11 a.m. at the earliest, and you just kind of like build up a tolerance.
I hate going into a bar like Bender's here in SF when the sun's up and the sun's coming through the...
Oh yeah, it's real ripe.
It's like you're in a Robert Rodriguez movie.
I got to go into the bitter end here in San Francisco at 8 a.m. once to grab something. It doesn't matter.
Brutal.
Long story. I walked in there. It's 3 hours ahead of opening, and I walked in there, and like the entire place just felt different. It didn't feel like a party. It didn't feel like a good time. It felt sad.
I was gonna say sad. Bars during the day are like seeing a clown during the day. Like, what's happening here? Why are you?
It's like seeing my clown at the grocery store.
Yeah. Wait, you eat normal food? What's happening?
As a lifetime bartender, I see it as a theater before opening time.
Yes.
We're setting the stage, this very stinky stage.
So Biquette died after 5 years of living on the farm.
All right, cool, Kyle. Just drop that fucking bomb after we were having such a good time.
Harland, are we getting Biquette tattoos now?
Sure, yeah, fuck, dude, my body is
sick.
A trash can.
Not even kidding, John. In some of the obituary articles, people mentioned the hardcore scene getting Biquette tattoos, legitimately.
I didn't even go to a show that Biquette was at, and I'm like, sure, yeah, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah. They also make little toys you can buy on Etsy of her.
That's a great use of our Patreon money. Hey, find us on Patreon, like and subscribe, we'll buy dumb shit.
She died after 5 years, which means she was 10 years old, which was about half her life expectancy.
It was probably all the cigarette butts and poos.
Yeah, that might have had something to do with it.
And paint. She was eating paint
The
too.
paint. Do we know if it was lead-based or latex?
Oh, we don't know. We don't
No
know.
way of knowing.
Flo, the caretaker, is being interviewed by Vice at this point. Was saying we don't know what the actual cause of death was, although after
she
listening
fucking
to all that
rocks
stuff,
too hard, dude.
Well, that's essentially what she fucking said, dude. She's like, dude, Biquette for 5 years burnt the candle at both ends, baby.
So Biquette is for sure in the 27 club. Like, if we're looking at goat to human years, like that is right in the ballpark.
And the lifestyle of all the people that are in the 27 club, yeah, she's honorary 27 club for sure.
Hendrix, Cobain, Biquette.
Biquette the grindcore goat. The three greats.
So I love this translation from French to English. This is Flo, the caretaker, interviewing with Noisy Vice. What's for sure, she burned the candle at both ends. This type of Biquette normally lives 10 years longer, but normally in Biquette, that makes 2. Live fast, die young. Meaning normally and Biquette don't go together. I love that she's just like, fuck yeah, dude. This goat, not a normal goat.
Look, it's better to burn out than fade away. Am I right? Am I fucking right?
I like this obituary that was written by Empress Eve at geeksofdoom.com upon learning of the death of Biquette. It's sad that Biquette didn't get to live as long a natural life as possible for goats, but at least she got to live her life to the fullest as a metal fan. As a factory farm dairy goat for those first 5 years of her life, she was likely dehorned, kept pregnant, and yielding milk, spending her days staring at the back of a milking stand hooked up to machines that pumped milk from her and confined her to a tiny space. Or worse, and I won't go into those horrors right now. Meanwhile, she really was a metal-loving animal who just wanted to go to loud concerts, drink beer, eat cigarettes, be around people, and be sociable.
Well, so I want you guys to stick with me for 1 second, and I'm going to trademark Shark Tank all of this bullshit. We're looking at a punk rock children's book of a goat who lost her horns, and all she's doing is looking to find her horns again, man.
Get her fucking
she's
horns,
looking to find
bro.
her horns at the fucking metal show, bro. If I hear any of you motherfuckers out there writing this children's book, I'm going to come find you.
Guys, Flo came to the farm just years before Biquette did because her car broke down and she got it there, and she was working on it and just stayed there. She never left.
How fucking French is that? I wish I had that freedom to just be like, no, fuck it, I'm here now.
Yeah, but the options for us, Harlan, in that situation would be like Bakersfield.
Okay, you're right. Yeah,
I've broken down
never mind.
too many times in Bakersfield and been like, I need to leave.
I gotta get out of here.
So to close this out, I have some testimonials. I'm calling this section. It's basically just stuff I've nabbed from social media, aka Reddit and Twitter, of people who encountered this goat or had questions about the goat. I'm just going to read through some of these.
Their reviews of Biquette, the grindcore goat.
5 stars.
This guy from a month ago, his name is Bug Zapper Bob on Reddit. Shout out. No joke, I played a show with this goat. I remember looking up mid mosh pit and got startled by its weird face emerging from the crowd. I seriously looked up to it. Seriously liked to be up front for some pretty rowdy shit. It was hilarious. When I told people back in the States, you could tell they didn't really believe it 100%. But when I saw a Vice article about the same goat, I felt so validated. R.I.P. mosh pit goat. One of my favorite tour memories. And then there's some people asking. Awkward Traveler asks, I'm curious, did the goat join in the moshing? I like to imagine it prancing around the circle pit, which is quickly responded to by user Paragliding Ass Fungus. It is, if it's anything like my goats, it didn't join. It started it.
Okay.
So wait, I'm starting to feel like most goats are just super punk rock after
just
that
like
review.
party punk rock goats. Yeah.
I mean, thinking about just like goat videos I've seen, they are always kind of jumping off shit and like headbutting and starting like a pit.
I mean, they have horns. That's kind of huge too.
Yeah. Well, and their heads, I think, are built to take an impact. So they are physiologically built to mosh.
to fucking knock
shit
heads, dude.
up.
I like this guy, Daniel Peterson on Twitter, I believe. Maybe this was Biquette the goat. Sold to an abattoir after she stopped producing milk, but was rescued by punks and then spent 10 years watching grindcore bands. She could come, well, 5 years, he's wrong here. She could come and go as she pleased, and in the words of her rescuers, she escaped death, lived punk. Absolute legend.
I will say, he said that she was rescued by punks. I think that the punks were rescued by her.
Hell yeah, man. PMA, shout out to all my dudes out there that live by that. And
dude, PMA,
man,
for sure.
See you guys
Shouts
with
out to
the
PMA.
cargo shorts on.
I have one more testimonial while Harlan laughs that one off.
I was remembering all the cargo shorts that I've owned and the t-shirts that were too small. So you had this weird balloon body sort of situation going on.
As someone who recently got kicked in the face at a punk show, all the memories of getting kicked in the face by spinning cargo shorts came rushing back.
And fucking sambas.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
So many sambas.
Yes. Massive gauges and sambas.
There was a dude in Ventura that was always at the hardcore shows that I would go to that was legitimately a black belt, and it was like,
fuck.
If you went into his area, his zone of destruction, you were coming out with a black eye.
So this last testimonial is from someone named Nicole B&J. I knew Biquette. She was great. We had to hide our tobacco or weed. She loved staying near the oven when we prepared pizzas. She loved grindcore,
dude,
crust or metal, but didn't like punk rock. I'm like,
she's fucking just there for the fucking pizzas
like,
and just like down for DiGiorno's, and man,
I like that she's eating weed too.
If I had ever doubted reincarnation up until this point, it has been completely wiped from my doubt. There is no way that this goat was not in New York City in the 80s at some point.
I'm not unconvinced. I'm not convinced that this goat isn't G.G. Allen reincarnate.
True. I mean, it didn't talk about anything shitting on it, so like.
Yeah. But I mean, it is a goat, so they just kind of, I assume, shit wherever.
Right.
You know.
CBGB.
Yes.
Right. There's a G in there. That's for goat. The B is for Biquette. The other one is cool, and then bro, probably.
Cool.
Hold on. Let's say it all. Let's say all the words.
Cool.
Really quick.
Cool goat. Biquette. Cool.
Bro. cool Biquette goat, bro. That's actually the origin of the name.
CBGB, yeah.
CBGB.
I am a little I don't really know how I feel about this, that she wasn't into punk. Like just straight up just punk, like not a fan of Ian MacKaye, not into like the political stuff. I just want to hear fucking grindcore.
Harlan,
dude.
if you don't have the ability to put foot to pedal and drive yourself to a punk show, you gotta deal with what comes to your local hood, you know? Like, you gotta nurture your local scene, man. So, like, really what it is embracing the community that exists within you, as well as within your neighborhood. So,
my Black Flag never really made it out to this abattoir, probably, for her to experience.
Right. There's just, I will say this though, and I tried to keep my narrative consistent. I read a lot of people's testimonies about Biquette, and I was starting to get the sense that people might have been jumping on the bandwagon here, that they may not have actually, like, they were saying things that weren't necessarily true. Based on the interview that was held with their caretaker. I used that as the source of truth, and anything that was said outside of that, I kind of looked at it like, okay, that's only partially true. I think this last thing I read, which I mainly read about because you had to hide your tobacco and weed when you're around Biquette, I do think Biquette actually did like punk rock. I just think this person just never experienced a band that played punk rock that Biquette
They're
liked.
putting their own biases onto Biquette. You're speaking, never speak for Biquette, goddammit.
She's gone too, so she can't speak for herself.
She can't defend herself.
Yeah. So, so I did my best to try to put together the history of Biquette without taking any liberties or just like being like, I didn't do the research. It is what it is. I'm pretty sure what I told you guys is fucking 100% accurate, and I'll take it to my fucking grave.
Internet historians really just carving into the stone walls of the internet itself with its own history. And welcome again to 20,000 Leagues Under the Internet.
Oh no, we've lost John. He's gone into NPR mode.
Oh God, he's going to Sleepy Town.
John!
Well, the Metal Loving Goat, 1994 to 2014, Rest in Fleece.
You were saving that for the whole show, weren't you?
I have a feeling that you came up with that line and then were like, how can I make this an entire episode?
I gotta find a grindcore goat to talk about now.
I have to find a way to say Rest in Fleece.
This whole thing, Biquette the goat, is not real. It was just all a ploy for Kyle to get that out.
Anyways, folks, please check us out on YouTube if you're listening on the audio. If you're listening on the fucking YouTube, I guess that's fine. You don't have to listen to the audio if you don't want to. You already did the full experience. But you know, we're around, man. If you like social media, we're on most of them.
We're
so
around.
Check us out.
Give us a call.
And hey, good luck out there.
You're doing Robert De Niro? What the fuck happened?
What are you talking about? Talk with me? Talk with this face?
Are you watching us? Are you watching us?
And everyone wanted to know which president was the true throat goat. And
okay, I do remember this.
And they are all some sort of eldritch monsters of yore, right?
Yes.
She was also selling videos of her farting in the jar.
I hate this so much. I hate everything about this.
yeah.
Security Starboard.